So now that you've unzipped those exercise files, let's explain the scenario we're working with here with our sample files. We're imagining that we are a multinational organization that owns grocery stores in various parts of the world. We want to analyze the sales figures for the years 2022 and 2023 from stores located in North America. So we've asked the North American sales manager to send us information from their database. However, their data is stored in various tables. In their database system, all these 6 tables form a relational database. However, they have exported the tables as separate CSV files. The result is that we have 6 separate CSV files called Customers, Products, Regions, Stores, Sales Transactions 2022, and Sales Transactions 2023. Although we could connect to these files individually using Power BI, they will not be very useful. For example, if you look at one of the store transactions files, you will notice that the files contain very limited information. For us to get the full picture, we would need to know which customer purchased which product in which store. To achieve that, we will have to join these 6 separate tables together to form one unified dataset. If we take a look at the customer file, we can see that there is a customer ID reference. This would be a field that would link it back to the transactions file. How do we do that? Watch first, and then at the end of this particular video there'll be an opportunity for you to work with an exercise and do the same thing. Select Get Data, then identify the data source we are connecting to. In this case, we are connecting to a text CSV file. Navigate to the location where the CSV files are located. We're going to start by bringing in the regions file. Select Open. Notice what happens, because this is a CSV file, it's going to open it up in a preview dialog box for us to take a look at the data. There's some interesting information in this dialog box that we just need to pay attention to. It is important that Power BI detects the correct type of data that is in each column. Power BI automatically analyzes the content of the columns and assigns a data type. Notice though that it defaults to analyzing the first 200 rows of data. If you would rather have it base its analysis on the entire dataset, you can alter it via this drop-down menu. You can turn auto detection off altogether via this drop-down menu if you wish. In the next stage, we can check that Power BI has assigned the correct data type. There are only 3 columns here and there's very little that we have to do. A region ID, the sales district, and the sales region are listed here. Down the bottom, there are 3 buttons. These are important, they have different actions associated with them. If we select Load, I am effectively saying to Power BI that the data is correct, as is, and in exactly the format that I want. Just load it as is straight into my data model. In most cases, that's not going to be the option you'll want to choose because you'll need to make some sort of adjustments to the data, cleaning it, or transforming it. We could use the next button, which is Transform Data, which is the one that we're going to use in a moment. If this actually isn't the right data, we could select Cancel to just cancel this connection. We're going to select Transform. We are now entering the world of another Power app called Power Query. We will investigate this tool in more detail in the next lesson. But for right now, we're going to take a look at this query, which is the regions table. Notice the 3 columns. We can check that it has assigned the right data type for each column. This is one of the most important things that you need to do. In order to link fields together, they need to be the same data type. Looking at the first column, you can see in the top left corner of that column a little box. If I select it, you can see all of the different data types that could be assigned to the column. You'll be pleased to know that it's done its job correctly. This column is assigned the whole number data type, which indeed it is. The second column is assigned the text data type, ABC. The third column is the text data type. Power Query is building a query. You can see the steps currently in the query over here on the right-hand side of the screen. It shows the name of the query, which can be amended, if desired. It does not change the name of the original data file, just the name associated with this query. Notice the steps that are listed. The first step is the connection to the data source. The second step checks the first row and promotes it to become the column headings. The third step examines the first column's data type and reassigns it, if necessary. By selecting each step, we can see what action that is performing on our data. We're happy with this table. We don't need to do anything else to it. We are going to select Close and apply. This will load the transformed data into our data model in Power BI. You will know that it has successfully done this because this table will now appear in the data pane in our Power BI report view. Now it's your turn. Load the regions file into your Power BI desktop. When you're done, move on to the next video.